Hello, good evening. Ritter Ice Arena is the scene on the campus of RIT for tonight's Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week on My 18 Sports and on Rock Sports Net. I'm Matt Winthrop, joined alongside, as always, by my partner in crime, Matt Stathopoulos. Tonight we have Pittsford at home, senior night, taking on McQuaid in a game that has a lot riding on the lines as far as the standings go in Class A. Both these teams are in the top format in Class A, McQuaid number 2 and Pittsford number 4 respectively. So both these teams want to end the season on a high note and make sure that they get a first round bye when it comes to the playoffs.
That's right, Winthrop. Either way, both of these teams are going to be in it. It's the final weekend of the season. Final game for Pittsford tonight. Obviously, McQuaid has another game going tomorrow. But either way, it's the final tune-up, last chance to see what you need to see and get prepared for sectionals. So I think that's all that needs to be said here.
And these are two teams that perhaps we could see later down the line as, again, both these teams doing very well this season, and it should be a good one tonight. We'll have coaches' interviews coming up after this. It's your Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week on My 18 Sports and on Rock Sports Net.
Starting for the Panthers, forwards, number 11, Patrick Compare, number 22, Trevor Hall, and number 27, John Mosrell. On defense, number 5, John Avery, number 22, Ryan Fasinelli, and number 1, Ryan Zauka in goal. Starting for the Knights, forwards, number 6, Peter Campbell, number 13, James Merkley, and number 23, Jeevan Diol. On defense, number 4, Ryan McEvely, number 8, Brady Fitzpatrick, and number 30, Connor Pulley in goal.
We're joined now by Steve Therian, the head coach of Pittsford. Coach, you got last game tonight of the season, so how important is it to end the season on a high note and get yourself one of those top spots in Class A?
Yeah, well, I think it's super important. A win tonight will lock up a first-round bye and get us into the quarters. So I think that's huge, and that also gives you home ice for the quarters. So that part's huge. Every time we play, McQuaid's a big game, and also the momentum piece of it too, and bouncing back after last night's game against Brighton, and trying to get a little bit better effort out of all the lines and get a better result. So
now the quick turnaround after last night's game, how do you think that might affect your team?
Well, I think they'll bounce back well. They're ready to play. I don't think they really were. We got hit with we had a tough game against Victor on Tuesday. Snow canceled practice on Wednesday, and then a makeup game yesterday, an early game, and then coming into this. At this point, these kids all play travel hockey. They're used to quick turnarounds like that, and it's part of the sport. You get to the next level, the state level, you're playing Saturday, Sunday. So it's something they need to be used to, and I think we'll be ready tonight.
And senior night as well for your group. So what's the senior class tonight meant to you throughout your time here, their time here?
Oh, it's huge. They've all contributed anywhere from 2 to a couple of the guys were managers in 8th grade, so they've been with the team for 5 years. They've been through 2 championship seasons, a run to the state semi and a run to the state final. But on top of that, it's just the character of these kids. And really, we pride ourselves in being like a family. And they're a big part of why it is that way. So whether they play a ton or they play a little bit, they're all part of the system and all part of the family.
Well said. Thank you, Coach. Good luck tonight.
All right. Thank you very much.
Joining me now is McQuaid head coach Jeff Lovier. Coach, it's your first year as the head coach of McQuaid. So how would you say the season has gone so far for your team? What are your biggest takeaways so far?
I think it's gone well. I think it started off a little rocky. I think the kids were getting used to me and I was getting used to them, trying to input systems and that kind of stuff. But as the year went on, I think the guys really took on to our systems and bought in as a team. The guys have really worked hard and they deserve what they've gotten so far.
2 games left for your group, including a tough opponent tonight in Pittsford. How important is it to end the season on a high note and get one of the top seeds in Class A?
It's always important. You want your team to end up finishing the year on a good note. You want to be going into the playoffs with your best team going forward and peaking at the right time. So that's what we're looking to do and making sure our guys are focused and ready to go.
I know you're familiar with the opponent tonight, Pittsford, but what are some things you can expect in tonight's game?
I think tonight will be a hard physical game. I think we just need to come out, stay disciplined, to run our systems and not let them deter us from what we need to do.
All right, thank you, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Hey, thank you.
The Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week will return after these messages. High school hockey on My 18 is brought to you in part by Ralph Honda, done right, Lattimore Physical Therapy, and Rick's Prime Rib.
We're back at Ritter Ice Arena, Frank Ritter Arena on the campus of RIT for your Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week on My 18 Sports and on Rock Sports Net. First time we've been here, I think, in a while, Matt, but we should be in for a good matchup as it's senior night again for the Pittsford Panthers taking on McQuaid Jesuit Knights in the first and only meeting between these two clubs this season. Last game of the year for Pittsford and the second to last game of the year for McQuaid, as tomorrow McQuaid takes on Orchard Park at home. And both these teams want that all-important first-round bye in Class A, as McQuaid currently number 2, Pittsford currently number 4 in the standings. And the first 4 get a bye week. As play underway, Fitzpatrick, the lead pass up to Diol. Now pass to Merkley. His shot gets fired wide. Fitzpatrick keeps it in at the point. Offs it up to Avery. However, he gets it back. Fitzpatrick fires it into the far corner behind Zuka. McQuaid already making a quick change. These Panthers having trouble behind their own net. Campbell comes away with it. Pass to Lee. He gets pinched along the boards. Lee overskates the puck, and now coming away with it is Compare. A 3-on-3. Compare with speed. Fires a wrist or pad save, and a rebound is swept aside. Comes back to the point. Hames. Oh, he tried to feed Masral back door. That pass is behind him. Or, excuse me, that's Ritter. Ritter at the point. Over to Gamerick. Gamerick will send this one behind the net. Masral trying to get a quick change. Ritter keeps it in at the point. Will pass the puck to Judge. Tried to jam that one in front. Judge has it again. His bank pass is intercepted, and back come the Knights. It's Zach Lee. He'll risk this one in deep. Knights are first to the puck on the forecheck. As we have 5 players trying to jar the puck free. In the near corner comes back, and that point shot from Lee goes wide. However, Zuka will hold. 13:21 to go in the first.
We would like to thank our first period sponsor, that's Lattimore Physical Therapy. At Lattimore, their physical therapists enjoy the work they do and bring a positive attitude to their patients' therapy experience. They want their patients' therapy to be something they look forward to each and every session. If patients tell their friends and family about their success at Lattimore, they know they've done their job. That's LattimorePT.com.
Play underway. That puck is going to go down right to Connor Pulley, just wide. Looked like it was going to bounce right to him, but icing on at Pittsford. Just a minute 50 in this first period. Face-off coming back inside the Pittsford zone.
Obviously still pretty early in the game, but the Panthers, I think, have had the best sequence so far just a couple of moments ago, and it all started by poor point coverage by McQuaid. All their wingers were in deep, and nobody was covering the wide-open Pittsford defenseman at the point.
Ooh, Ryzik's point shot, I believe, hit Hames in front as he had time and space. Now Campbell. Backhand this one down low. Taken back by Hames. Puck kept in by the Knights. As Diol is trying to get the puck for the Knights. However, Avery comes away with it. One of the quite a few seniors being honored tonight. It is senior night for the Panthers. A big hit by Quinton, and it draws McQuaid off sides. Quinton with a strong hit, knocking down Sean Murray.
Winthrop, you mentioned it's been a while since we were here at Ritter doing a game. For me, the last time I was here, and I know you were with me, was the 2015 Section 5 championship between McQuaid and Fairport, and a guy by the name of Jack Dugan was playing for the McQuaid Knights, who obviously is now in the United States Hockey League with the Chicago Steel, and a draft pick of the Vegas Golden Knights.
Thank you,
in the
Pierre.
National Hockey League. Thought I'd get that in there before
good.
you did.
You did beat me to it.
No, it's not a competition, but obviously an interesting note for all viewers who might not be aware.
Yorkie got kicked out of the draw as a result. The Panthers lose it. That pass on the far side, it's Brown. That pass in front, they score! It's Charlie Merkley, what a feed! And he taps it home to give McQuaid a 1-0 lead. with 12:21 to go in the first.
Hockey 101 keeping it simple by the Knights. The shot from the right side and Charlie Merkley crashing the net. A nice save was made there by Zuka, but the juicy rebound was scooped up wonderfully by Charlie Merkley and easily deposited into the net to give McQuaid the 1-0 lead.
Red Panthers come back with a puck. Compare could not keep it in. Late offsides. Panthers have to check up. Mazral is pinched off the puck by Fitzpatrick. Good play for him. Merkley's 5th goal of the year. Panthers trying to set up the cycle. Let's compare. His pass in front got blocked. Now at the point, Kamaric. He'll wrap it around the boards. McEvely takes the puck. However, it comes back out in front as turning that one over is Trevor Hall. I think he tried to shield the puck instead of just getting that chance on net. That pass in front misses Zach Allen. Compare on the back check. As 2 Knights are in there trying to dig the puck free. Eventually it comes around to the far point. Nobody home for the Knights. They'll check up the late offsides call and flip back in by Reisig. Well, good play by Murray to block that lead pass. Now it's Ritter. Ben Ritter takes a tumble, has to get back up. Numbers could have been in McQuaid's favor going back. And now it's Sean Murray again. He'll stick handle the puck, avoids the forecheck. A nice try and chip this one in deep. Merkley fanned onto this, James Merkley. Good hit by Avery. Now on the far side, Feck. Puck comes out of the zone, slapped back in by the Knights. They're gonna get a change. A little over 10.5 to go in the first. Good lead pass. Maybe a bad change by the Knights. Feck, oh, good play. However, I believe that was Charlie Merkley in the back check. As that was a questionable change. It led to a chance for the Panthers. They couldn't convert.
A good back check by Merkley for sure, but also poor quickness by the Panthers. They showed no urgency on that play at all.
That pouncing puck sits in the slot. Eventually, the Knights knock the puck out of the zone. Now on the far side, Quinton. Eventually, the puck is left for Judge, and the pass on in front is blocked. Good play by Poley, active stick. And knocked down the zone by the Knights. Delayed offsides of the Panthers, so Fitzpatrick takes it away from McQuaid. A lead pass up to Brennan Brown, fires a wrister. That one didn't miss by much. A rebound, oh, that one I believe went through the crease. McQuaid has had quite a few good chances to start the game. Good play by Compare to strip the puck. Compare coming in, and a good active stick by Murray to block that shot. Good action so far with just a shade under 9.5 to go in the first. And a big hit. Masral made the boards rattle on that one. Ritter gets taken down. That puck kept into the point. That slap shot goes wide. Might have been tipped. Kept in by Murray. And this one gets flipped way out of play. That was close. 9:05 to go in the first. 1-0 McQuaid in your Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week on My 18 Sports and Rock Sports Net. We're back at Ritter Arena in your Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week on My 18 Sports, Rock Sports Net. First and only meeting between McQuaid and Pittsford this year. McQuaid with a 1-0 lead, a goal coming off the stick of Charlie Merkley. As a lone difference maker right now, shots on the scoreboard read 4-1 in favor of McQuaid. Good lead pass to Ritter. The defenseman stepping in. Ritter with a shot off the outside of the net. However, good speed by Ben Ritter, and he's gonna hustle back to get back into position. Back come the Knights and an offsides on McQuaid. 8:38 to go in the first.
Zach Lee a little bit ahead of the play there. I'm not sure why he was so ambitious to get over the blue line, and either way, that's going to lead us to our face-off just in the neutral zone outside of Pittsford's zone.
Knights win the draw, slap it back in. I think that should have been icing, I believe. That was Jack Stone who cleared that in. He was on the other side of the red line. This puck comes over to Avery. Good keeping by the Knights. And eventually Pittsford will get the puck out of the zone. It's Stone with it. Over to his D partner, Tata. Turnover to Avery. Tata gets it back. He'll try one more time. And Avery will send this in deep. Now Campbell. He'll chip it in. Oh, ooh. Has to be careful. That's why they got the padding there, as Quinton has had a few good hits tonight.
Yeah, and Campbell got the worst of it. He ran into the stanchion after that hit, but he appears to be okay.
Well, that's why we're thankful they have that there, but Quinton doing what he can to get his team going with a couple good hits. Stone in from the point. That pass out in front. Nobody's home. Now comes back to the point. That slap shot goes wide off the stick of McEvely. Kept in by Charlie Merkley with a nice move. Merkley fires a wrister, and it hits Avery, and he'll send that one just back into the slot. Now the puck is in deep. It's Brown. He'll cycle it from Merkley. He'll turn the puck over. Fitzpatrick pinching in. He'll do a good job of keeping it in. Oh, for the time being. However, as Charlie Merkley lost control of the puck, and it comes out of the zone. And Avery, I think, has had enough of this. He'll just slap that one down the ice, maybe out of frustration, but not a good icing to take 6:57 to go in the first.
No, not a good icing at all, Winthrop, and I think that's exactly what it was. Avery was like, all right, enough of this, and props to McQuaid for putting a ton of pressure on the Panthers and moving the puck well and getting a couple shots as well. But if you're Pittsford now, you just hope that icing doesn't backfire.
Well, we'll see, as they do have numbers coming back. It's a good lead pass, a shot, what a save by Pulley. Oh my, flashing the leather on John Mazral. Wow.
Oh baby, John Mazral recently got his 100th career high school hockey point, and he was looking for a couple more here, but an excellent save by Connor Pulley, to say the least, flashing that leather. And I can think of a ton of NHL goalies to compare that to, who maybe like a Patrick Waugh type of save from back in the day. But either way, great stop by Pulley.
And a good lead pass by Trevor Hall, who just had another opportunity off the faceoff. But Pulley made the pad save. They get top line for Pittsford out now, trying to get something going. Pulley, who's a senior goaltender for McQuaid, has had a very good career here. That wrister is easily gloved down by Pulley. With 6.5 to go in the first. I believe that one was going high anyway, but got a pretty big McQuaid student section over in the corner too.
Yeah, it's significantly grown in the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, I know.
It wasn't that big at the start of the national anthem, I can tell you that.
This puck comes out of the zone. Gonna go down the ice. No icing. Ritter pokes this over to Gamerick. This puck comes out of the zone. Up to Hall. He fires a wrister, pad save, rebound left there, swept in the corner. Good play by Reisig. Hall again. Back to the point, Gamerick. They'll send this back behind the net for Hall. Try to pass out in front, hits the back of the net. Gamerick tries to pinch and keep the puck in. He can't. And this puck goes into the McQuaid bench. 5:51 to go in the first.
Once again, we'd like to thank our first period sponsor. That's Lattimore Physical Therapy. Their network of clinics currently offer 20 locations and providing access to more than 50 certified physical therapists. They have experience treating most conditions and injuries, and in most cases are able to schedule their patient's first appointment within 1 week. They offer initial consultations within 24 hours for your convenience. That's LattimorePT.com.
That pass intercepted. Now Feck. Oh, good keeping to the point by Van Dam. Slap shot from the point, pad saved by Pulley. Gunnar Van Dam just barely kept that puck in. And Judge, oh, good hit. Taking him down was Fitzpatrick. And Feck with a shot gets blocked and is still scrambled in front. Pittsford eventually comes away with it. Avery keeps it in. Race to the puck. And McEvely skates it out of danger. McEvely with a shot, pad save, and a rebound chance. They score! Oh, a brutal rebound given up by Zuka. And the Knights pounce on that one and deposit that for a 2-goal lead with 5:10 to go in the first. I believe that Zach Lee getting the goal.
What an attempt by Zach Lee. And Winthrop, you used the term brutal rebound, but I honestly think that puck was out of harm's way kicking it to the corner. But props to Lee for throwing it to the net and taking his chance. And in this case, it worked out for the benefit.
Well, I mean, I'm surprised with Zuka. I thought he had time to get over too.
Well, yeah.
Maybe not. Okay, maybe not brutal rebound.
That as well, but I'm saying, like, that's not what you would call a great opportunity. But, you know, props to Lee for throwing it to the net and taking a chance, and it ended up working out for him.
Pittsford in a 2-0 hole. A good start to this game from McQuaid. Now back comes Ritter. Gets the puck poked off of his stick by Murray. Or Ritter still gets the puck back. He'll chip this one in deep, glove down. Oh, and putting that one through the crease was Masral and made contact with Pulley.
Oh, yeah, Masral may have gotten away with something. Goalie interference, high stick, you could call it either one.
Compare. Oh, offsides, that was close. On Panthers, 4:26 to go in the first. It's 2-0 McQuaid over Pittsford in your Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week on My 18 Sports and Rock Sports Net. And we're back, face-off just outside McQuaid zone. It's your Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week on My 18 Sports and Rock Sports Net from Ritter Arena. McQuaid up 2-0, looking for more. A blocker saved by Zuka, and a pass out in front. Where's the puck? And they're saying it, no, they're saying no goal. Oh my goodness, Zuka. Did he make the save? He didn't know where the puck was.
I thought he did. I think it's got to be stuck in his pads or something, or no.
Oh,
of course, now it's in the net, but
I think Merkley had the initial shot.
I don't think the puck ended
rebound
up in the net until Zuka got shoved in. So.
Oh wow! Just like that, McQuaid almost made it 3-0. We don't have replays, so I'm not sure. But I guess maybe the referee lost sight. That's why he blew the puck. But he's definitely had a better angle than we do. As one of the referees talking to Jeff Lovier, head coach of McQuaid right now, explaining what happened. Now the referee's talking it over. 4:12 to go in the first. So no goal on the ice. McQuaid with a face-off win. Rister goes wide, now flipped out of the zone by the Panthers. That puck comes across, quick shot, pad saved by Pulley, shot off the stick of Danny Judge with 4 minutes to go in the first.
Some miscommunication there by the McQuaid defenseman as it was gloved down, and I think they both expected each other to play it, but neither played it, and it led to the opportunity there for Pittsford. But nice save, of course, by Connor Pulley.
Face-off won by Campbell. Now McEvely will bank this one out of harm's way. However, Campbell comes away with the puck. Rister gets deflected off the stick and goes into the netting. So face-off should stay inside the Pittsford zone. They're chanting, "We want the cup." I couldn't understand what the McQuaid
We
fans.
want something. I couldn't make out the end of it, though.
And the Knights again win the draw. Been strong on the face-off tonight. That shot goes wide off the stick of Brennan Brown. Puck isn't flipped out of the zone. Charlie Merkley keeps it in. Now Brown behind the net. Brown still has the puck. Eventually Compare jams it free. And Masral back to Compare. He'll get this one out of the zone. Masral comes away with the puck. He goes wide. John Masral behind the net. He stops. Good play by Fitzpatrick to take the body. That pass comes out in front, swept aside. Good active stick by McEvely. And back check by Charlie Merkley is able to poke the puck away just for the time being. Masral keeps it in. Masral still has a puck. Gets hit by McEvely. Compare comes in to help out, however. Back come the Knights. McEvely with speed. Fires a wrister right in the breadbasket, and Zuka will hold. 2:46 to go in the first period.
Be sure to check out The Rock. That's rocksportsnetwork.com, where you'll be able to watch tonight's game and all of our games this season on demand 24/7 on your smart TV, desktop, or mobile device. That's rocksportsnetwork.com, Rochester's only digital sports channel.
Murray couldn't keep the puck in, so delayed offsides on McQuaid. Zuko will leave it for Brendan Hames. And back comes Judge. He'll chip this one around the defense. Icing waved off. Judge, he knocked Spoto into the boards. Looks like he's okay though. And back comes Lee, who has a goal tonight. His shot gets blocked right in front of him. Puck on the far side, intercepted by the Panthers. However, that pass is blocked, so Lee takes it back, a slapper. And Zuka looked like he was fighting that one, but made the blocker save. Knights keep it at the point. A wrister, gloved by Zuka. 2:03 to go in the first. Shots that read now 12-6 in favor of McQuaid. Score 2-0.
Bit of a strange game, as you mentioned that, Winthrop, because I don't necessarily think Pittsford is being severely outplayed. They've been getting some chances. Obviously, Connor Pulley has made some great stops so far, so this game could easily be a one-goal game, or it could even be tied, I'd say. But you know, to say the least, Pittsford isn't necessarily getting outplayed.
Face off to the left of Zuka, as eventually it will be Charlie Merkley and Patrick Compare in on the draw. Good win for Merkley. And wrister from the point, blocked in front. And now back comes Compare, lead pass up the hall. Oh, he overskates this one. Masral could not keep it in the zone. So back comes Naska. He'll cut in with a shot pad save by Zuka. Compare gets the puck back. A couple moves. Good play by Fitzpatrick to take the body and disrupt Compare's momentum for the time being. On the far side is White. A lead pass up to Naska. A good pass. He cuts in, fires a shot. Oh, off the post. What a move and what a shot by Naska. And the puck comes back to Naska. He scores! Oh, what a move. Ryan McKevely from the point finds Naska. He deposits that one in a yawning cage. It is 3-0 McQuaid.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again, and that's exactly what Aiden Naska did on that play. He made the play himself on his initial rush, using the defenseman as a screen, ripping that shot. Unfortunately, it went off the post, but thankfully his teammates were able to keep the play alive, and the setup as Naska put himself in a great spot to bury that pass across. And what do we have here?
We got penalties. John Avery, I wonder if they're from initial. I didn't hear anything announced, but John Avery is in the box for Pittsford, and we got two McQuaid players in the box.
Knights players in the box. And
is there a penalty after the goal? Oh, they're not saying that's a goal.
Yeah, they haven't updated the scoreboard. It still says 2-0. So my apologies then, I guess. I didn't see a wave off. I didn't see anything.
No, I didn't either. The referee pointed there was a goal.
But yeah, it appears it's no goal, and it's going to be a face-off at center ice.
So McKevely gets a penalty.
Yeah, and Pittsford gets a power play out of this.
But they're saying it was a goal. So it's not updated on the scoreboard.
Okay.
So it is. All right. so we got
gets the goal, yeah.
Right. But I believe maybe McKevely, I didn't hear the call, was on sportsmanlike. But anyway, less than a minute to go in the first, and a power play for McQuaid, for Pittsford, the first of the game. I think they're saying unsportsmanlike conduct. Hames at the point. Will dust it off. Oh, nearly turned this one over. Feck back to Hames at the point. Has time and space. His wrister couldn't get through to the net. Panthers keep it in. Reisig is pinned up against the boards. Good job kicking it free, but Hames keeps it in at the point. Oh, and a good redirect by Quinton. He gives an extra jab to Pulley. So Avery comes out of the box now, and as does Zach Lee. So I wondered, they might have had matching minors earlier. They're both out of the box. 22.5 to go in the first. And the referee's saying the faceoff's going all the way down Oh, Quinton got a penalty for that.
He did, yeah, for that extra jab. And I like that call by the official. That was completely unnecessary by Quinton.
I think that must be a little upsetting for head coach Steve Theron. He probably isn't liking that penalty taken by Zach Quinton.
He has every right to be upset.
So 4-on-4 hockey for the rest of the period. Puck inside the far corner. Dug free by the Knights. Has slapper from the point. Oh, it just went wide off the stick of Spoto. He can really bring it. And race to the puck. Spoto will beat Mazral there. And time will run out. So a great period for the McQuaid Jesuit Knights, up 3-0 over Pittsford. And your Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week on My 18 Sports and on Rock Sports Net.
High school hockey on My 18 is brought to you in part by Locker Room Sports and Zweigels.
Second period action coming up from Ritter Arena in your Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week on My 18 Sports and on Rock Sports Net. Through one period, a commanding 3-0 lead for McQuaid over Pittsford. Now, I just want to say this real quick as we have a 4-on-4 hockey right now, as Ryan McEvely will be coming out of the box for McQuaid at 14 seconds, and Zach Quinton still in the box for a minute 8 for Pittsford. Matt, you got to think, second period, Pittsford, you would think Steve Theron has his guys prepared to come out and have a better start to this period.
Yeah, you would hope for their sake, Winthrop, and I feel like I jinxed them because about midway through I said that they weren't necessarily being outplayed, but I think as that first period went on, McQuaid was really amping it up, and now they've got a 3-0 lead coming into the second period, so Steve Theron and his troops are really going to need an answer to begin this second period, to say the least.
And if you're McQuaid, it's probably just a matter of doing what you did in the first, right?
Oh, absolutely. But don't sit back. There's still a lot of game left to be played.
As a nice move, a quick shot pad save by Zuka off the stick of Merkley. That's James Merkley. As right now, McQuaid does have a power play for about 35 seconds left. Compare, strong in the back check, steals a puck away for the time being. Now coming away against James Merkley. He'll go back behind his own net. Waits for his mates to set up. Now it's Merkley with speed through the neutral zone. Good back check by Mazral. However, he turns it over to Merkley. Coming in to help out is Charlie Merkley. Puck comes back to the point, Fitzpatrick. He'll dust it off. Fire a wrister. The rebound is there. Oh, and they could not stuff it home. And Avery falls on the puck. And digging it free is Lee, as he had a couple good looks. Penalty is up. A rebound there. Oh, James Merkley, however, couldn't get his stick on it. Oh, and Lee, that one went off his stick, but he could not, or his skates, but he could not get his stick on it. A wrister, a pad save, rebound. Oh, and they knocked down. As that was Charlie Merkley, as he had the rebound opportunity, but he got dumped right into Zuka. His mask comes off, and face off inside the Pittsford zone.
Yeah, Ben Ritter knocked Merkley into Zuka, and that's the reason why Zuka's mask got knocked off.
I think with Charlie Merkley, did he have a backhand chance there to knock that one home at? It looked like he had the rebound.
He did, yeah, because Zuka wasn't controlling it.
Good play by Ritter. That wrister gets fired wide. Another shot gets blocked in front. Now race to the puck, Campbell. Behind the net to Connor Fitzpatrick, intercepted by the Panthers. Kept in, glove down by Fitzpatrick. And back come the Panthers. However, see if they get their first. Feck turns it over to Fitzpatrick.
Good pressure by the Knights.
And Hames takes it back as puck goes right into the neutral zone. Oh, delayed offsides call. Otherwise, I believe that might have been Deal, who would have had an odd man rush perhaps. That puck gets deflected, goes back inside the McQuaid zone. We are just about a little over 2 minutes into this first period. This puck goes down the ice. It's icing on the Jesuit Knights. The puck goes back inside their zone.
We would like to thank our second period sponsor, that's Rick's Prime Rib House. Thanks to Phil and the gang at Rick's Prime Rib House for their ongoing support of Section 5 hockey and youth sports in Rochester. For the biggest mouth-watering prime rib in Rochester, visit Rick's Prime Rib House, Buffalo Road and Gates for your next family gathering.
We've got to give credit to this McQuaid student section here,
yes.
Matt. We've been hearing them the entire game.
They have grown in size since about the midway point of the first period, and they're getting louder.
Oh, I know. I wonder if more are going to come in. But I mean, it's hopefully the roads were okay for them and for everybody traveling, for that matter, get here. Panthers keep the puck in. Mazral down low to Compare behind the net, falls down. Good play by Tata, but he didn't even take a penalty on that one. Now Charlie Merkley gets it up to Brown, and he'll chip this in deep. Ritter race to the puck. Has 2 Knights on him. They steal the puck, however, they take down Ritter, and it will be a penalty on McQuaid, as that's Brennan Brown, I believe, going to the box for a trip. Or no, roughing, sorry. Okay, I thought he took the legs out. I thought it was a trip, but 11:56 to go in the second, and we have a second power play of the evening for Pittsford. Shots now read 19-7 in favor of McQuaid, so this is a chance for Pittsford to kind of claw back in this one. And Compare's faceoff win. Oh, unfortunate for them. It goes out of the zone.
Yeah, he won it cleanly, but neither Avery nor Ritter were ready for it. They were kind of out of the way of it, so it had to be tough for them to recover.
Ritter has to be careful. Overskates it and then turns it over. And McCovey will knock it down and just send it back in the Pittsford zone for the time being. Now Mazral on the far side. With speed, here comes Mazral. His pass in front. Oh, went off a skate in front. Now Compare to Feck. Now to Ritter. He'll give it back to Feck. Down low to Compare. Has to be careful. Good pressure on him by Spoto. Feck, a good pass across. Oh, and they couldn't jam that home. That was Avery in front. And the puck gets flipped up out of play, but good passing by the Panthers. Avery, oh, he just couldn't knock that one home. 3:52 into the first period. 43 seconds left on the power play for Pittsford.
Great puck movement on that last sequence, but as you said, Winthrop, John Avery just unable to redirect it by, but still 43 seconds to set something up here if you're the Panthers.
And they almost had the same thing happen on this face-off. Ritter, so the slap shot, I believe it hit a stick in front, and it goes up and out of play.
Another fine save by Connor Pulley as he was on top of his crease there and wasn't able to snag that puck out of the air, but he still got his arm on it, was able to deflect it up, and they say as long as you can stop the puck, that's all that matters, of course.
Well, how's this for numbers? Connor Pulley on the air, 6-2-1, and with one shutout, a 1.73 GAA and a 936 save percentage. So he is their big guy in net for McQuaid. He has been for a couple seasons now.
If you're telling me he allows less than 2 goals a game on average, I'd say, wow, that's pretty stellar.
Not much time left on the power play for the Panthers, and that turnover will not do them any favors. And back comes Mazral. He'll avoid Campbell on the forecheck. Now Mazral enters the McQuaid zone. Only 2 seconds left, and the power play is up. Mazral still with it. Pass out in front, and they score! Just as the power play was up. Good patience by Mazral, and Compare stuffs it home. It's 3-1 now. Pittsford's on the board.
This is all John Mazral hanging onto the puck, being patient with it, and then that subtle little pass to the front of the net, and Compare, all he had to do was knock that one home from a point-blank chance. But a great setup by Mazral, and Pittsford showing some life here with still plenty of time to go in this second period, and of course the game itself.
Right, and I would think that's what they need, Matt. Got to start this period off on a high note.
I would agree.
And McQuaid definitely was a better team in the first period. Now shots read 19-8. However, McQuaid keeping the puck in the zone. Coming away with it is Deal. His pass in front gets blocked. However, he gets it back. Tried to cycle the puck back down low. And that puck is intercepted by James Merkley. Fights off a check, and a penalty coming up to Pittsford. We'll see what it's for, as Merkley went for a reverse hit.
It's going to be a hooking call.
I think it was Danny Judge going to the box. Who's going? Oh no, Zach Gamerick is going to the box. So just as quickly. Actually, you know what? We're going to take a break real quick. Power play coming up after this. 3-1's the score. McQuaid over Pittsford in your Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week on My 18 Sports and Rock Sports Net. The 3-1's the score from McQuaid over Pittsford in your Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week on My 18 Sports and on Rock Sports Net. A power play for McQuaid as Pittsford just got done with its power play and made the score 3-1, and they not the best time, and a quick shot, they score! As I was just about to say, maybe not the best time to take a penalty, and back come the Knights, a power play goal, and they regain the 3-goal lead off the stick of James Merkley.
Just a great play by James Merkley to take advantage of the space that he had and using his shot to his advantage. Goaltender Zuka got a piece of it, but it found its way in, and it looks like Zuka's coming out of the game for Pittsford, and Alex Tidd will take over for him in the cage.
And they're gonna have time to warm Tidd up, but Matt, we talked about, Pittsford, better start to this period than it was the first period, but another maybe undisciplined stick penalty, a hooking call, and just an easy, I think that's one that Zuka would like to have back.
Yeah, I'd say so, because as we mentioned, obviously the shot by Merkley he got a piece of, but I mean, for whatever reason, maybe it was better than what we could ever notice. But you mentioned the penalties, Winthrop, and yeah, I mean, Pittsford has had a couple of them today, and anytime you give a team a man advantage when you're already down and you're already trying to fight back, you're not doing yourselves any favors. So, I mean, maybe it's also one of those things where Coach Steve Thering is like, all right, let me send a message to these guys by, making a goaltending change. So maybe now he'll have his players' full attention by making this change. We'll see.
9:31 to go in the second period. And just like that, the momentum back on McQuaid's side.
Now's a good time to mention, for those of you Rochester sports fans, please check out rocksportsreport.com, our exciting new website where you can get your daily dose of news, views, and information on local, regional, and national sports. Read about the Bills, Sabres, Amherst, Nighthawks, Golden Eagles, RIT, MMA, and racing news as well. It's rocksportsreport.com. Be sure to subscribe today because the best part is it's free.
Not sure what they're doing right now. Actually, just saw former head coach of McQuaid, Al Viverberg, in the stands. Just walked underneath us, so good to see Coach Viverberg. Obviously, a very successful career at McQuaid. And Jeff Lovier having a very good season in his first year at McQuaid. Face-off won by the Knights, however, stolen back, and the Panthers chip it in deep. Puck intercepted by the Panthers. They try and pass on it from Compare. Knocks it down. Quick shot. Save made by Poley. Another save. Oh, and the referee blows the whistle. I think he lost sight.
Indeed.
Yeah. I think he definitely lost sight. Is that rebound? Poley never had it, but a good chance for the Panthers as this top line is back at it. Compare, and I believe Hall had a couple good chances.
Now, Winthrop, we mentioned in the opening about how with this being the final weekend, obviously McQuaid has a game tomorrow still. It's the final tune-up, of course, and these Knights, they look fantastic. The way they're skating, the way they're moving the puck. It's quite the tune-up to have heading into sectionals.
Absolutely, and I don't think they can catch, they can't catch Victor, but they can secure that 2 seed. And they're looking like a team to be reckoned with right now. And a couple good hits as Hall gets hit hard on the boards. As he comes back, tries to keep the puck in. He steals it away. Hall trying to feed Compare, got blocked. Hames at the point, fires that one high and wide. Now must Rawl. It's taken down. Tripping call coming up as I believe that's Campbell going to go to the box on a trip. 8:34 to go in the second. Pittsford on another power play. Didn't convert on the second opportunity, but did get the goal in a couple seconds afterwards. So we'll see what Steve Theron and his group does here.
Once again, we'd like to thank our second period sponsor. If you're looking for the biggest, juiciest prime rib in Rochester, give Rick's Prime Rib House a try. A great family atmosphere and great service adds to your dining experience. Rick's Prime Rib House, Buffalo Road in Gates.
Second unit out for the Panthers. Feck in on the draw with Spoto. And the Knights with a good face-off win in the defensive zone and cleared all the way down the ice. Tidd misses the puck, so Ritter play this up the boards to Quinton. Now Feck. With speed, Feck enters the zone. He'll cut wide. This one gets taken off of his stick. Comes back to the point, kept in by the Panthers. Judge, back to the point. That shot gets blocked. Off of Gameric's stick, good block by Naska. He does have a goal tonight.
Quite the game he's had tonight, I'd say. Scoring goals and blocking shots.
He's had a couple of good looks as well. Now Judge overskates it for the time being, so Quinton. His pass back to point. Good keeping by Ritter. He had to get there quick. Quinton for Ritter. His pass gets blocked. And they try and stuff that home with a bad angle. Ritter gets it back. On the far side, Feck. Back to the point, Gameric. Back to Ritter. Fires a wrister. Pulley makes the save. And Murray with it now for the Knights. He'll flip this one up and out of the zone. 20 seconds left in the power play for the Panthers.
What a horrendous giveaway by Zach Lee right to the point. Oh, look out.
And that shot goes wide off the stick of Zach Allen. As a turnover as he had a good look. Now Musraw. Back to the point, it's Ritter. Power play is up. Gameric. Back to Ritter. Oh, that pass out of the reach of Compare. However, Compare still holds on to the puck. He'll circle back, has time, fires a shot. As St. made it's a rebound, loose in the crease. Oh, and that one gets stuffed wide by Feck, and the net comes off its moorings. As Compare had a lot of time right in the slot to fire that shot on net. I think Pulley lost it for a little bit too. 6:47 to go in the second, 4-1 McQuaid. Top line staying out for the Panthers. Merkley and Compare in on the draw. I wish we could keep stats on the face-off, Matt, like they were available to us, because McQuaid's been dominating the face-off circle tonight.
They sure have, and a lot of times that's where it starts. It's how you gain possession, and it's how you build.
Perhaps an odd man rush coming back. It's Compare. He still has a puck. Fires that one just wide.
Ooh, Pulley got run into. I think we'll have a penalty. Yes, we are. I think it's going to be Masral, too.
I think Pulley was at the top of his crease. 6:24 to go in the second, I think. Is it Compare or Masral?
I thought it was Masral who ran into him.
Well, I don't know.
But now Avery's going into the box.
Was it Avery?
Yeah, I don't think it was. I think the referee mixed up numbers here.
I don't think that was Avery either. I thought that was Masral.
Yeah.
Oh, well, anyway, 6:24 to go in the second. Another power play chance for McQuaid, successful on its last opportunity. We'll see what they do here. It's a big kill for the Panthers and a big power play for the Knights. Perhaps a chance to get a 4-goal or 4-goal lead. Back at the point, Fitzpatrick. That pass gets blocked. Fitzpatrick again. Oh, he fans on his pass attempt. He was trying to feed James Merkley. As both Merkleys actually have a goal tonight. Good lead pass up to Lee. Now on the far side, Charlie Merkley. With a nice toe drag. Charlie Merkley, oh, what a goal! Oh my goodness, his second of the night. A toe drag, and he stuffs that home, a power play goal. It's 5-1 McQuaid.
You're not kidding, Winthrop. What a goal indeed by Charlie Merkley, but can you say fall asleep when referring to the Pittsford defense? That was a nice backhand toe drag by Merkley for sure, but still, I think the Pittsford defense could have had a little bit better effort than that, but props to Merkley for taking advantage of them and going right to the net and just jamming it by Alex Tidd and giving his McQuaid Knights the 4-goal lead. It's now 5-1.
Wow. Puck goes all the way down for the ice on an icing call on the Jesuit Knights, and we're going to take a break. 5:40 to go in the second. It's 5-1 McQuaid over Pittsford in your Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week on My 18 Sports and Rock Sports Net. (5-1) is the score in favor of McQuaid over Pittsford. It's your Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week on My 18 Sports and Rock Sports Net. As we saw, I believe they're going to say a
hand pass
there, but as we saw a 3-0 lead in favor of McQuaid after one period. Pittsford got a relatively early goal in the second to make it 3-1, but ever since then it has been all McQuaid. And that most recent power play goal by Charlie Merkley made it a 4-goal lead, the largest lead of the night for the Knights. Knights trying to get the puck free after the face-off draw. Back to point, that slapper, oh, hit Hames in front. That stings him a little bit. Coming off the stick of Tada. Tada with another shot. A powerful one, a rebound chance. And they couldn't stop that home. Tid held his ground, and a couple players get knocked into the net. And it comes off.
Yeah, I don't know what Gunnar Van Dam was doing there as he knocked the McQuaid player into his own goaltender. I don't know, and it was from like a couple feet away, so I don't know what his intention was or if he thought he was doing something good, but now Tid is talking to the official a little bit, the goaltender there.
I think maybe some of it has to be just frustration, Matt. I think.
I'd say so, but little does he know it was his own teammate who knocked him in.
And the defense for Pittsford just fell asleep after that face-off draw as McQuaid had a chance right off the draw. And that comes off, but Matt, right, I mean, I want to talk about that right there. I mean, Compare won the face-off, and it was Ben Ritter who just didn't even move. So McQuaid was able to get to the puck despite a clean face-off win by Compare.
That's a scary thought if your coach Steve Thering with still 5 minutes remaining in this second period, and you have a whole nother period to play.
This puck gets blocked by Hall. A race to it. He comes in. Hall, oh, he couldn't get the shot off. Good play by Rising on the back check, I believe. He got a stick on that one. A weak shot, and Pauly will hold. 4:46 to go in the second.
And it's been all McQuaid for a good chunk of this second period and for the majority of the game as they're just everywhere. And a lot of guys on Pittsford are, as we've used a couple times today, just falling asleep.
Line change for the Panthers, and I believe McQuaid changes up a couple players as well. Knights again win the draw. Bronstein cycled down low for McGrain. As see Coach Thering now using his bench a little more. Now back comes Spoto. A drop pass. Fitzpatrick gets it. He'll send this one behind the net for White. He dodges a hit, passes it out in front, and is swept aside by the Panthers, but for the time being, kept in by the Knights. Ritter just sends it over to an empty side. White steals it back. And now Judge comes away with it for the Panthers. He'll chip this in deep. Danny Judge racing after the puck. It's knocked off of the puck. Bronstein couldn't keep it in. Now back behind the McQuaid net that's going to get swept out of the zone, and Avery will chip it back in deep for the Panthers. Under 4 minutes to go in the second. Puck comes to the neutral zone where Spoto will flip this one high and into the Pittsford zone. Back comes Ritter. With time and space, Ben Ritter's shot gets blocked right in front of him. Good job by Fitzpatrick to block it. And I think, did that come off? They blew the whistle.
No, it was just a frozen puck.
Oh, okay, I couldn't. All right, thought the net came off a little bit as well. Couldn't tell from up here. Anyway, 3:35 to go in the second. If I could talk properly, 3:35. Knights win the draw. As again, this has been a dominant effort so far from McQuaid. 5-1's to score. A quick wrister and a rebound is swept aside by Hames. They had to be careful there. Sent back down the ice by Masral. Tada gets there for the Knights. Lead pass is blocked by Hames. And sent back in where Sean Murray takes it back from McQuaid. It fires a wrister, and it's held by Tid with 3:02 to go in the second.
Oh, as you get a look there of the official helping out
Zach Gamerick.
Yeah, Zach Gamerick. I don't know if he was losing his balance after the play, if it had any effect on actually what was going on, but I guess that pretty much just sums up this second period here for the Pittsford. And ironically, it was the only period where they've scored a goal tonight, but I would argue that they played a better first period than they have second period.
Trevor Hall with speed. He'll backhand this one in the zone a little further. Race to the puck. Judge trying to jar the puck free. Now holds his man up, and Judge is going to go to the box. An undisciplined penalty coming up for Pittsford as he just kind of threw a punch at Sean Murray. And Judge is going to go.
You're not helping yourself out. You're not making yourself look like the stronger-minded team at the very least by taking these kinds of penalties. And McQuaid has shown some aggression and some ability to really take over the play when they have the man advantage, as most teams are, and that's all Pittsford's doing right now is just giving them those opportunities.
Masral beats his man at the puck, drops it for Ritter. Ritter will just risk this one all the way down the ice. Pulley has to be careful, and good tie-up by Fitzpatrick to prevent Masral from getting the puck. Now on the far side, Charlie Merkley skating in, fires a wrister. Saved by Tidd. And Merkley is down as
he took a shot after the play. It looks like he's getting up now.
Avery's going to the box. High stick is a call.
And Merkley's staying on the ice, so obviously he's all right, but Jim, he went down pretty hard, and he was holding his head up top, but he's in there taking the face off.
The McQuaid faithful telling John Avery he can't do that. So a two-man advantage for a minute now for the Knights. Lee, his shot gets blocked right in front.
I don't like that shot choice by Lee. Not that McQuaid really needs a goal here, but
couldn't hurt. Here's McEvely. A good pass across, they score. James Merkley, second of the game. What a feed by McEvely, and it's 6-1 McQuaid.
How easy do they make it look? And with that much space on the ice and the lanes that open, it was served up on a platter for Merkley as he wasted no time and made no mistake with that one-timer to the blocker side of goaltender Alex Tidd, and the deficit is now 5 for the Pittsford Panthers.
I thought I heard the McQuaid student section just chanting, "We want Victor." I'm pretty sure they did. Hey, they've been creative tonight. So power play still for McQuaid, about a minute left and just under 2 minutes to go in this second period. 6-1 McQuaid. Masral fights off a check, skates in, fires that one high. Ritter couldn't keep it in. Masral has to check up. Now McEvely with it. Back to Fitzpatrick. A good lead pass up to Charlie Merkley. A 3-on-2. A quick shot, save, a rebound chance. Save again, might have been blocked. That one coming off the stick of Lee. And Hames will flip this one not out of the zone. Good keep-in by Fitzpatrick. A wrister, gloves down by Tidd with 1:08 to go in the second. And 21 left on the power play. Shots now read 27-15 in favor of McQuaid.
Crazy to think we still have a whole nother period left to play beyond this 1:08 here. And I mean, at this point, honestly, I'm not trying to sound harsh or anything. I don't know if the Panthers are going to make it. They're just not, they're not showing anything.
I mean, we can see the body language of the coaches on the bench right now. And
yeah, just total dejection.
Yes. Minute to go. That wrister gets blocked. Now Trevor Hall in on a shorthanded breakaway. Here he comes. He fires that one. He scores. Trevor Hall does it all himself. Blocks it. Fires that one low on Pulley. And now it's 6-2.
Never underestimate the power of a shorthanded goal in generating momentum. Still a pretty steep uphill battle for the Pittsford Panthers, but with 50 seconds to go in the second, they may have just set the tone for the third period. And if you're Steve Theron, you're going to tell you guys, come on, guys, this is our last game of the regular season. We don't want to go into sectionals on this kind of note, so let's give everything we got here.
Right, and you know, being senior night, you would hope And Trevor Hall being a senior with a good effort there. Oh, good job by Gamerick to sweep that one away from the crease. Kept in by the Knights. And eventually he gets swept out of the zone by the Panthers. Now Fasanelli. Campbell in on the forecheck and lays a hit on Fasanelli. Gets it back to the point. They'll send it down low. Out of the reach of Fasanelli for the Panthers. And eventually this one barely comes out of the zone. Delayed offsides on McQuaid. Now Gamerick. They'll just kill off the rest of the clock, and that'll do it. Oh, and Feck with a bit of a late hit. But that'll do it through 2 periods. A commanding 6-2 lead for McQuaid over Pittsford in your Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week on My 18 Sports and Rock Sports Net.
High School Hockey on My 18 is brought to you in part by Bill Grays and D-Train Media.
Welcome back to Ritter Arena. Third period just about to start in your Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week on My 18 Sports and Rock Sports Net. McQuaid with a commanding 6-2 lead through 2 periods over the Pittsford Panthers. Matt, going into the third period, what do you think that each coach is saying to his respective club?
Well, I don't think Coach Lovier was saying too much to his McQuaid Knights, because they seem to know what's going on. But if I had to pick one thing for you, Winthrop, I'm sure he said, let's not get down on ourselves for that shorthanded goal that we allowed at the end. Let's stick to what we've been doing for most of the game and finish out strong here, because we've got a good game. We've got a game we've got to play tomorrow as well. If you're Steve Thering, and I think I touched on this a little bit toward the end of the second period, I think it's along the lines of, is this really how we want to go into sectionals? I think if he challenges his players with something like that, it might get them in the right mindset to come out here in this third period and give it what they got.
No penalties carrying over into the third. So at even strength. McQuaid's game tomorrow is actually a relatively early one, a 1 o'clock game at home at Rochester Ice Arena, taking
a couple
on
early games. Victor's playing 11 o'clock face-off tomorrow at Rochester Ice Center.
That's a busy place tomorrow. We've got Victor's game at 11. We've got another game at 1 with McQuaid, and a 3 o'clock game with Penfield and Fairport. And then Rochester Monarchs 2 games tomorrow night. Delayed call on McQuaid coming up. Campbell, I thought he touched up. I guess did not. Blow the whistle. So a quick power play for Pittsford. We saw this last period as well. A quick power play for the Panthers. Going to the box is James Merkley for a slash. So we'll see if Pittsford can get a quick power play goal and cut this into a 3-goal lead.
Yeah, I mean, they're down 4. You've got the man advantage in the very first minute of this third period. This is your opportunity right here to get yourself back in it.
Ritter at the point to Mazral. He'll give it back to Ritter. Over to Feck. Tried to feed that pass. Oh, fanning on that attempt is Avery. He's a defenseman in front of the net. Compare. Falls down. As that's Murray without his stick, but he's still trying to jam the puck free. Actually tried to take Feck's stick. Compare with a quick shot. And save by Pulley. He will hold Avery, who's in front, sniffing for that rebound.
Nice play by Compare there to use the room he was given and try and give himself a better shot. Obviously a good save there by Pulley. And John Avery was taking a couple whacks there at Pulley, and none of the McQuaid defensemen went in there and pushed him out or anything. Like, if I'm a coach, I'm telling my defensemen, make sure you don't let them get too comfortable in front of the net. Make sure you let them know who's there and protect your goalie a little bit.
Ritter at the point. Avery sets up in front of the net again. Not often do we see a defenseman set up in front. Ritter with a shot. Saved by Pulley. And they blow the whistle.
I think my guess is they thought Pulley caught the puck.
There's no way they can think that. If that's
what else could it be?
I know. I'm sorry. If that's the case, that's terrible.
Yeah, well, the referee who blew the whistle was in the corner, so he didn't have a good angle on it. And I mean, Pulley sold it and like moved his arm as if he did catch it. So I think it's just kind of a whistle-happy moment there for the official to blow it dead that quick.
Oh, that's tough. I don't like to show bias, but that is tough.
But you're showing bias.
Well, I know. It's just I didn't. No, I believe I really don't like to. But
no, I know, but you're right here. In that case, it was a tough call, but that's the nature.
It seemed like it was easy to see though that the goalie didn't have it.
That's the nature of the game sometimes.
Right, I understand.
Humans are refs, so.
Anyway, power play continues as losing his stick with Spoto. He races back in the play, got one from the bench. Compare to Ritter at the point. Now Rawl will set it up again. Pretty much running a 1-3-1 power play look. Compare a one-timer saved by Pulley. He gets over. As not Compare didn't even have much room to work with over there.
Not a good angle at all from the spot he let that shot go.
5 seconds left on the power play. Masral digs it loose. Comes out in front, fans on his shot attempt, and the Knights clear this one all the way down the ice. It'll go for an icing. So a successful kill for McQuaid. Just 2:12 into the third period. Still 6-2.
Thank you to our third period sponsor, that's Locker Room Sports. Outfitting beginners to pros playing hockey, soccer, and lacrosse since 1977, including Ryan Callahan of the Tampa Bay Lightning and Brian Giunta of Team USA in the upcoming Winter Olympics, with 2 locations to serve your equipment needs, Ridge Road West in Greece and at the Bill Graves Regional Iceplex. That's Locker Room Sports.
Pittsford keeping the puck inside the McQuaid zone. On the far side kept in. Judge overskates this one, so it's taken back by the Knights. With speed, it's Charlie Merkley. Already 2 goals tonight. Looking for 3. His shot gets blocked and goes up into the netting. So faceoff will stay inside the Pittsford zone. Couple other games tonight. I know one is, I believe one tonight is actually Canandaigua and Churchville. The other one is Spencerport and Irondequoit. We'll have to check for updates on those. Faceoff win by the Knights. As shot gets blocked, they'll keep it in, however. Brennan Brown cycles that one down low, however, nobody home. Fans looking for a call as Danny Judge.
Ooh, I think the initial penalty was going to go to Charlie Merkley of McQuaid, but Judge may have taken a penalty himself as he whacked Merkley in the back of the head.
Well, Merkley did not let go of the stick.
No, yeah, and that's what the initial penalty was.
Think,
but
yeah.
they definitely got Judge for punching him in the back of the head.
If you're Judge there, Matt, wouldn't you say the best thing to do is just let go of the stick so it further draws a penalty for Merkley?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
that way it really is a holding the stick. If the guy has your stick, you just skate away and look at the ref. He took my stick.
Right,
but
right.
Undisciplined by Judge.
And we've seen that a couple times tonight from Pittsford. And I mean, we're not breaking any news, and we're not, telling everybody else that any information they didn't already know, but it's not helping them.
The referee's calling over Brennan Brown, one of the captains for McQuaid.
I think he's going to tell them, all right, guys, it's the last weekend of the regular season. Let's calm it down here. Don't do anything stupid. If you do stupid stuff, we're just going to give you penalties and be done with it. Are
you a lip reader?
No, but hey, no. I've been around the game for a while. I know you're going to laugh at me for that, but I know that's what referees will typically say in a situation like that.
No, but you're right, though. I mean, we have 12:05 left in this third period, and, this game has been out of hand for the most part in favor of McQuaid, so Pittsburgh's going to be frustrated about it, so the referee is just going to try and – the main thing is just to keep everybody safe.
Yes.
Because they're not going to allow Judge to get – or anybody to get away with a punch like that because they don't want anybody to get hurt.
And the refs are warning them, saying, we don't want to suspend you. We don't want to give out harsh penalties going into sectionals, but if you cross the line, we will. I guarantee they definitely are saying that.
Hand pass on the Panthers. So both players in the box. It's 5-on-5 hockey.
We would like to say thanks to Stu and the staff here at Ritter Ice Arena for their help in making today's broadcast possible. In fact, we'd also like to thank our host, John at the Webster Ice Arena, Chris at Bill Gray's Iceplex, and of course Brian Dickinson and the athletic department crew at Tuttle North for welcoming our broadcast crew throughout the season. Thanks to all of you for making these broadcasts possible. We can't believe it's already the end of the regular season here, but we're going to have fun for what we have left.
That's right, Coach Dickinson, obviously a good friend of ours. Brockport College, a tough game tonight against Cortland on the road, and a tripping call as taken down was Fitzpatrick. I thought he stumbled by himself, but he was, I guess, helped as going to the box. That's Ronan Van Dam. So a power play coming up for McQuaid.
Shots now read 28-19 in favor of the McQuaid Knights here. And now they've got a power play to work with to try and restore that 5-goal lead that they once had.
Pass comes over to Merkley, back to Fitzpatrick at the point. On the far side, McEvely, his wrister, a save made and a rebound. Oh, James Merkley couldn't stuff that home. He kind of just chunked his shot a little bit and hit the outside of the net. Fitzpatrick at the point. Down low, out of the reach for Merkley. McEvely keeps it in. Bounces over Merkley's stick, but he'll get the puck back. McEvely at the point, time and space, fires a wrister. A rebound is there, that one gets blocked off the stick of Merkley. Avery went for the hit instead of the puck. I'm surprised that wasn't an interference call. Fitzpatrick at the point, his wrister pad saved by Tidd, and that one goes all out of the way out of the zone.
Don't think the referee's messages we mentioned earlier were forwarded to John Avery.
Well, Avery was right there.
Yeah. But I mean, he played the man instead of the puck when he definitely should have played the puck. But he's known as a guy who does play on the edge like that,
yes,
and is not afraid of the physical game.
I thought that was interference, and Avery again going for a big hit, and he takes the worst of that one as I think he's trying to send a message to his team here. As that wrister gets blocked, Masral takes away for the Panthers, and it's swept down the ice. 5 seconds to go on the penalty for Panthers. And now Van Dam is out of the box and back in the play. Here's McGrain skating in. His shot gets blocked right in front. McGrain's pass gets blocked. I wonder if we can expect more physicalness out of this game in the third period. Just under 10 to go. That quick wrister, Tidd makes the save, couldn't get the rebound, however. Panthers trying to get this puck out of the zone. And still struggling to. Good keep in by Deal. And guy trying to get the puck back, he does. Drops it for Naska, overskates it. Now Travis will skate it away for the Panthers. Travis gets hit. Good step up by Stone. A pass out in front, gets blocked. Haynes keeps it in on the far side. McGrain with a wrister, a save made and a rebound right back into Pulley, and he will hold. 9:17 to go in the third. Still 6-2 McQuaid. It's your Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week on My 18 Sports and Rock Sports Net. We're at Ritter Arena for your Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week on My 18 Sports and Rock Sports Net. A little over 9 minutes to go in the third, and McQuaid with a commanding 6-2 lead over the Pittsford Panthers. Final game of the season for Pittsford. Second to last for McQuaid. Masral skating in. Oh, what a save by Pulley. Ritter at the point. That one gets blocked. Masral with a good power move and a great pad save by Connor Pulley. And Ritter being harassed all the way back in his own zone. He skates away from trouble for the time being. That lead pass out of the reach of Masral, and it will go down for an icing. It is 8:45 left in the third.
Almost an identical move by John Masral to the move we saw Charlie Merkley put on, which ended up in a goal for McQuaid in the second period. But great work by Masral to use the space he was given and go right to the net. He was just unable to finish the playoff, though.
That point shot gets blocked in front. And kept in by the Knights. That pass gets blocked. Now Gamerick. Back to Compare. He'll skate it in. Compare looking for a man to pass to. Fires a shot. The rebound was left there. And the Knights with a solid back check to come back and take the puck away. Ritter's pass over to an empty wing, but Feck comes back to help out. The lead pass, Masral. Try to chip it up to somebody, however, is intercepted by the Knights again. Now it's Spoto. Lee loses this puck for the time being. Spoto hits his man. Lee with a good move. He jars the puck free from Ritter. However, it's left there. Players kind of playing the body instead of going after the puck. That lead pass underneath Feck's stick. Delayed offsides on McQuaid. Just a little over 7.5 left in the third. Bronstein up to Quinton. And that puck gets flipped up and out of play with 7:32 to go. Or the clock is still running. Well, they're going to have to fix that. The clock is still running. But it should be 7:33 to go.
And now they've stopped it.
Yeah, the referee saw it.
Yeah, Steve
Good.
Thering, Coach Steve Thering is making sure they get that fixed. While we got him in it, we'd like to thank our third period sponsor once again. That's Locker Room Sports with 2 locations to serve your equipment needs. Ridge Road West in Greece and at the Bill Grays Regional Iceplex. Stop in to see Graham and the gang for the special attention you deserve because they know the game and they know the fit. That's Locker Room Sports, outfitting beginners to pros, playing hockey, soccer, and lacrosse since 1977.
So, all right, 7:28 to go. Bronstein, lead pass up to Quinton. He chips it in deep. Quinton comes away with it. Johnston plays a body on him. This puck kept in at the point by Avery. Oh, delayed offsides. He just barely came out of the zone, and much to his dismay. Bronstein gets tied up, loses her stick. She kind of gives a shot to Ian Johnston. Delayed call on Bronstein, I believe.
Yeah, McQuaid has possession of it, so.
Pulley's going back, and then maybe Pulley thought there was a penalty. I don't think there is. He went to the bench.
Oh, yeah, now neither official has their arm up, so yeah.
I think Pulley thought there was a penalty, and that's what I thought too. Because Bronstein and Johnston got tied up. Coming in is McEvely. And turned over, comes out of the zone. Mark Campbell takes it back for the Knights. Swept back in. McEvely has it for McQuaid, kept in. That wrist shot, glove save made by Tidd. Off the wrister by Merkley. 6:23 to go in the third. 6-2 McQuaid. Face off to the left of Alex Tidd. On the year, Tidd is 2-2. Doesn't see much action. Zuka has been the main starter. Oh, big collision between Masral and Stone.
Oh, man, that I could hear that from up here. Yeah, it was right in front of us, but wow. Oh, and Masral going back at Stone.
Yes, he is. 2 big guys. Ritter at the point. Slap shot. Save made. A rebound gets knocked off Masral's stick. I believe that was Brennan Brown who made the defensive play. And back comes McQuaid. This is Charlie Merkley. Fighting his man off the puck. Back to the point. That wrister is sent wide. And Masral tried to poke it free. Comes up to Feck. Has to avoid a glove on the ice. Feck overskates this one. And a good play by Merkley to steal the puck back. Compare, try to hit him. Merkley got free. And they tried a little bit of give and go. However, that was out of the reach of Merkley. Back to the point, Fitzpatrick, his wrister. Glove down by Compare. Now up to Feck, skating in with a nice move. Feck, oh, what an attempt and a save by Pulley. So we've seen a couple good moves on that net. Feck, however, couldn't bury it. Just like Masral earlier in this period. Feck will chip this in deep and go off for a change. Judge in deep for the Panthers. Fights off a check. I'll cycle it to McGrain. McGrain trying to shield the puck. However, he draws a penalty as it's a slash. And we are going to take a quick break. 4:44 to go in the third. 6-2 McQuaid over Pittsford in your Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week on My 18 Sports and Rock Sports Net. McQuaid still with a commanding lead. It's 6-2 over Pittsford in your Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week on My 18 Sports and on Rock Sports Net. We are from Frank Ritter Arena on the campus of RIT. Been a couple of years since we've been here. We are back, and I'd like to think our crew missed the ladder climb up to where we are. We still appreciate everything that people do for us here as well. Avery with a point shot. A save made, so a power play for Pittsford as a slash by Stone led to this power play. Chipped out by the Knights. Here's Ritter. Ritter as Quinton turns the puck over. And the Knights will get the puck back. Murray will kill time off over on the far side. Rising, he'll just slap this one down the ice. Tidd leaves it for his defenseman, Ben Ritter. Ritter up to Quinton. Big hit on Quinton by Zach Allen. McQuaid still playing hard.
Good penalty kill so far. Obviously, Pittsford not able to set up anything, and even beyond that, McQuaid is keeping them to the outside.
Avery chips it in deep, however, turns it over, and it's sent all the way down the ice by McQuaid. Right to Tidd. 25 left in the power play, about 3.5 left in the game. Deflected in deep by the Panthers' Hall, and he'll go off for a change. Ritter keeps it in. Penalties up in 10 seconds. And Judge just completely missed that pass to Ritter. Pittsford has looked all out of sorts tonight for the most part. Back to Avery. Penalty is up. Up to Feck now. He's skating in. Tries to get around his man. However, good play by McEvely. He's had a strong game for McQuaid. That puck comes back to Compare, and a shot and a save made by Pulley. Compare had time and space. He's still playing hard. 2:50 to go. Kept in by Kamarick. Now Feck. His pass out in front. McEvely blocked it and has swept it away from the crease. Back to the point. Arister, save made, and another shot fired wide by Feck. Kept in by Fasinelli. And the Knights will carry this one out of the zone. Offsides on McQuaid. 2:23 to go in the third.
All of us at WBGT Rock Sports Network, players and their families, would like to thank Ralph Honda, our title sponsor, along with all of our sponsors, Locker Room Sports, Rick's Prime Rib, Zweigels, Bill Gray's, and Lattimore Physical Therapy for their support again this season. Please send them a note of thanks and support them throughout the year.
As McQuaid players being helped off the ice, that's Cooper Patron. It might have been cut, not too sure.
Yeah, he obviously is skating off on his own power, so it's nothing wrong with his legs, but he looks like he is holding his right arm, yeah.
Well, trainer's off with him. We hope he's okay. Maybe got caught with a puck or a stick. Not too sure, didn't really see it too well. And the Knights will have, it looks like they'll have a commanding win in this one and hope to go in tomorrow. Definitely on a high note to end their season tomorrow against Orchard Park, a home game. Obviously, McQuaid is an independent team, not in a division in Section 5, but still plays in Class A. Currently at the 2 seed in Class A, 1:50 to go in the third.
WBGT and Rock Sports Network would like to recognize and thank our broadcast crew for their award-winning game production again this year. It is our 9th year of bringing you Section 5 high school hockey, and we'd like to thank Derek and Mike on camera, Gary, our producer, and all of the players and coaches who took time to share their insight and game experiences throughout the season. And I think myself and you, Mr. Winthrop, would like to say thanks as well. It's been a fun year, and we really love doing these games.
Wow, it's sinking in. This really is the last game. A quick shot pad save made, and Pulley will hold. As Panthers trying to knock home that third goal. 1:32 to go in this third period. Score still 6-2. And with this loss, Pittsford will drop to 11-6-2. This being the last game for Pittsford. And McQuaid will improve to 13-3-1 going into tomorrow's meeting with Orchard Park. Again, a 1 o'clock start in Rochester Ice Arena, formerly Thomas Creek. Panthers keeping the puck in. This is Travis. Glove down by Yorkie. And this puck comes out of the zone. Good back check by McGrain. Knights almost go offsides. They'll flip this one back in. Now on the far side, McGrain gets the puck back for the Panthers. They'll carry it out of the zone. They'll break the red line and chip this in deep. Less than a minute to go. McQuaid fans, the student section is exiting. Maybe trying to beat the traffic, I'm not too sure. Puck comes back to Fasinelli. Now it's Ritter.
It's ironic because usually it's the losing team's fans who exit the building earlier, but in this case it's the opposite.
Now it's Reisig skating out with the puck. Gets around a couple, loses a puck to Fasinelli, and this puck comes out of the zone. Good to see Coach Staring playing some players who don't get a lot of ice time and playing the seniors more down this final stretch.
Yeah, he's been rolling them a lot more, especially in this third period. Unfortunately, he's going to have to need the big guns for the bulk of the sectional run that they're about to go on. So,
and that'll do it. That's a big victory for McQuaid. 6-2 over Pittsford. Shots final 35-27 in favor of McQuaid. Again, improving to 13-3-1, and Pittsford dropping to have to find the schedule here. I just had it. Pittsford dropping its final record to 11-6-2. We're going to have player of the game honors coming up after this. It's your Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week on My 18 Sports and Rock Sports Net. Welcome back to Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week on My 18 Sports and Rock Sports Net. We're joined now with Charlie Merkley, our player of the game from McQuaid. A big win for you, Charlie. 6-2 over Pittsburgh. Just how important was it to get this win and just give yourself more momentum going to sectionals?
I mean, I thought it was big. The whole team played well tonight. Yeah, like you said, it was big going to sectionals, get a higher seed than a lower seed there. But I thought everyone played well, Pulley played well, and we just came ready to play tonight.
And another game tomorrow, so just how quickly do you guys focus on tomorrow's game?
Right away. I mean, it's get in the locker room, get out of here, and get something to eat, and get to bed, and get ready to go tomorrow.
And you had quite the goal. Your second one, a nice move. Just take us through that goal. I mean, that seemed to get the fans going at the end.
I know. I mean, I was just going to try to get the puck deep, but I thought I could beat the guy, and I just took it to the net, hammered it home.
Well, we have Steve Ralph from Ralph Honda here to present you with our Player of the Game award. Steve?
Congratulations.
Thank
Great
you.
game. Congratulations on the big win.
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you.
My 18 Sports would like to introduce today's Zweigels fan of the game. Griffin Storar, Brady McMahon, and Matthew Judge of Pittsford. They receive a Zweigels t-shirt and a $25 gift certificate from Locker Room Sports.
Well, a big win for McQuaid in this one, Matt. 6-2 over Pittsford in our Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week on My 18 Sports and Rock Sports Net. And this was a game, Matt, where, maybe with a couple bursts from Pittsford, this was all McQuaid in this one. And the score showed it, the shot total showed it, and a great defensive effort and a great overall game from McQuaid tonight.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that Pittsford was already looking ahead to sectionals. Thankfully for their case, they're already in and they're going to have the chance to make a run, but you can definitely tell by the results and by a lot of other little things that was going on out there that McQuaid is the hungrier team. And the funny thing is they have another game to play tomorrow before they start thinking about sectionals. So, props to McQuaid for really bringing it tonight and showing that they were clearly the stronger team. And they're gonna be a fun team to watch throughout that entire sectional run based off of what we saw tonight.
I would think so. We should be in for a good last day tomorrow of regular season hockey, and sectional starts next week. And again, congrats to Charlie Merkley, our player of the game. So that does it for another season. Unfortunately, we're not going to be doing sectionals due to other circumstances, but we'd like to thank our crew yet again for everything they do. Matt and I really enjoyed doing it this season together, our first full season broadcasting. We couldn't be happier doing it together, and then the crew we have is top notch. So again, thank you to them and everything they do, and everybody, every arena, every sponsor, crews everywhere. We can't thank them enough. So signing off for the final time this season, Matt Stathopoulos, I'm Matt Winthrop. Thank you for watching throughout this season for your Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week on My 18 and Rock Sports Net.